I was hoping you'd forget.
I'm never gonna forget. Hello, Rise and Shine podcast campers. The dad is here with the cringy intro. Oh, yeah.
Why? Why do I exist?
Okay.
Why do
You
we exist?
for this podcast. Everybody, welcome to Two Edwins and One Microphone. I am Edwin, the dad.
And I'm EJ, the son.
And we are here to bring you some very short entertainment. I don't know, actually, it hasn't been that short.
Yeah, it's been like 45 minutes each.
Let's see, our first podcast was somewhere over an hour and
hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, and then our second podcast was almost an hour, like 50,
it was like 52 minutes.
Something. I think it was more than that, but anyway. Even our Patreon podcast, which we'll talk about later in the show, that one was like 37 minutes, I think it was.
Yeah.
And that one was our shortest one, and we were trying to keep it short, but it didn't work out that way. So
we're just not good at it. Look at that. Well, this intro.
No! Don't go there. Don't go there. Because as soon as you say that, then people are gonna start looking at the clock. So if you were on your iPhone, if you're on the YouTubes, whatever, just don't look at the clock. Let us just take you away.
Now they're gonna look at the clock.
Shh, let us just take it. No. We're just taking you away. So maybe you're on your morning drive. Maybe you're listening to this right before bedtime. What is that? Is that like music you listen to when you're on your morning drive?
Island.
What? Oh,
There's nothing more pleasant than the relaxing islands of Delfino Island.
Wow. That's the second podcast that you've mentioned Delfino something. You went Plaza last time, which is funny. So you have some sick obsession with Delfino.
Oh.
And all that good stuff. Anyway, so check it out. All right. So we're gonna try to do our best to keep on topic. So let's hit it. Let's not just on topic, but just whatever. We're just trying to keep it flowing. So I think we had some big news this week in general. Not we as in the two Edwins, but more like there's a little bug in here there's a little bug in the studio.
I just looked right into the light bulb.
Yep. But the big news, because we're geeky, but also we're gamers, right? And you don't have to be a geeky to be a gamer, or be a gamer to be geeky. Those are not mutually inclusive things. But for gamers, this is a big week for gamers.
Yeah, it is.
It's every year is a big week.
Because it's E3.
Right.
E.
Yep.
That's
which you still don't know what it stands for, do you?
I forget. I know. You've already said it like many times, but I don't remember. What does it stand for again?
Honestly, I forgot too. It's I know two of the E's. I know E2s. Hold up. E2s. I know the two of the E's. This is bad. I don't remember.
Is that the game came out before E3?
Electronic Expo. That's the two words. Entertainment. Electronic Entertainment Expo. Wow, I feel like a geeky nerd that didn't know the geeky. Well, I don't know. Nobody calls it that. It's always E3. So, anyway, for those of you who don't know E3, you want to tell them what E3 is about. Do you know what E3 is? Do you know what E3 really is?
No, E3 is basically like a giant showcase that goes on for a week. And in E3, they basically, a bunch of major companies get together and start showing off trailers for new products, like new games and stuff that they're making. So it's always a huge event. Like companies like Nintendo and Ubisoft, they all get together and start releasing this stuff.
So So when you were thinking about E3 this year. So the reason we wanted to talk about E3 actually was because, for one thing, you went to, so now school's out, and you got to go to a friend's house with a bunch of other friends, specifically so you can watch some releases, right? So you can watch some announcements,
Yes.
right? Live announcements for what keynote?
What?
So like, who was the company that?
Oh yeah, we were watching Nintendo, of course, because Nintendo was releasing all their hottest new games and stuff. There was one thing that it disappointed us all. All right, and it was a sad day because Smash 4 Deluxe was not announced. I'm sorry, guys. Heartbreaking.
No, well, I mean, quite frankly,
Very heartbreaking. I love.
As heartbreaking as that might have been for you,
Oh, huge Smash nerds.
I totally knew that was what was going to happen. I just knew it.
It's still sad. Part of me knew it wasn't going to happen, but it was still sad.
Yeah. Nah, it's
when you know a character is going to die in a show, you're still sad when it happens.
You were hoping for like a Switch update to the current Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm a huge Smash nerd. Not gonna lie. I got all the text down. I'm Peach main, you know.
You still like get your butt whooped.
You tell me who doesn't mean their waifu. Peach is my waifu. Yeah.
So, no Smash 4, but and at this party you got to see Nintendo release some stuff and whatever. So like, anything particular like stood out to you?
What?
Did anything in particular stand out? Like, are there any games that you were excited that actually like were announced and stuff?
So they're releasing they released not yet, but they're releasing a new Kirby for Switch, which I'm super pumped for because our last Kirby game on a major console, not counting the handhelds, right? Our last Kirby game on a major console, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, which was kind of a letdown. It wasn't good. I didn't like Kirby and the Rainbow Curse because it didn't have its one major thing, it doesn't even have the copy ability, which was this huge letdown.
That's like Kirby's thing.
Yeah, Kirby's whole big thing.
That's what Kirby's known for. Kirby.
Yeah, and what they did, you'd have to use the stylus, and you'd have to draw little pathways, like automatic pathways that Kirby would go on, and he just got into a ball. Didn't even use his copy, and he just got into a ball, and you play with him as a ball, which is kind of sucked because Kirby and the Rainbow Curse is actually one of my first Kirby games. Yeah, I know. I'm a little disappointed myself now that I played like Kirby Planet Robot and knew how amazing Kirby games are.
Since like black and white Game Boy days. I didn't even know the dude was pink. Like,
dude
was black and white. He was gray. He wasn't gray. He was just gray.
Kirby was gray. He was the gray puffball back then.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, like, I knew because I saw it's on the cover of the games and stuff. But
yeah.
I had to use my imagination though. That he was.
So yeah, it was so I'm excited for that. I saw the Kirby actually walks in this game. That's right, Kirby walks. We're looking at a ball. I'm still a little mad at Nintendo for that one.
That wasn't a real like Kirby game though. I don't know. I didn't even think Nintendo knew that.
Rainbow
Nintendo
Curse?
was just kind of like, sometimes Nintendo does that. They take like their big brands, they take like a Zelda game, they take a Mario or whatever, and then they roll them up into like some like side game made by somebody, and it's not like a traditional game, not a traditional game of those. Okay, so since
I think he's starting to hint at that Pokemon Shuffle,
what is it? Pokex?
Pokemon Shuffle or Pokemon Tournament.
Pokemon Tournament.
That's different.
So yeah, that's different. That's not like a traditional
it
Pokemon
was a
game.
Fighting game.
Yeah, it's not a traditional Pokemon game. But I'm actually thinking about like, I'm trying to think. There's been a couple of Mario games like recently that are like offshoots, not like traditional. When I think of like New Super Mario Brothers U, right?
That's traditional Mario.
That's traditional. So same thing for the Wii. And I say traditional. I know that there's like elements.
Platformer,
yeah,
right?
It's your basic platformer or whatever. And if you're gonna go 3D platformer, they did right by like the Galaxy series
Oh,
and
Galaxy
stuff like
was
that.
wonderful. Galaxy
Yeah.
and like you'd think that Galaxy 2 couldn't be much better than Galaxy. Oh my god, the Galaxy games were wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I still have those games. I don't even remember if I beat them. It's been a long time since I played them. But that's those
Sounds
games.
like you're gonna be dusting off some Galaxy games.
Yeah, I definitely could.
You still have to
Rosalina
finish
debuted and
Ocarina of Time. We were originally, when we were gonna play the game, we were gonna stream it, but you know.
yeah.
But I think it's fine. So we're playing the Ocarina of Time on the GameCube. You got to check it. You got to finish that game. That game is still, it's you know, it's a lot of people's top Zelda game of all time. Mm-hmm. And even those who have played Breath of the Wild, which I feel like you have to be crazy to still consider Ocarina of Time the best Zelda as playing Breath of the Wild, which is an incredible game.
Yeah.
It is the game. It is the game that broke my dry spell of gaming. I had not played games.
Didn't play games much.
If I played games, it was like, all right, man, I'm gonna play for like 20 minutes and then I'm out.
Yeah, right. And then he gets whooped in Mario Kart for 20 minutes because
Right.
he's so rusty. Right?
So rusty.
He's so rusty.
Stop smack talking me. Stop smack talking me because I will go and I will practice.
Hey,
And
Dad,
I will
you
whoop
did
you.
used to beat me. There were a long time ago. You did.
Listen, this is not one of those the student becomes the master scenarios.
I know.
You're going down. You're going down. I'm only
the King Boo Man.
I'm only rusty because if we were playing Super Nintendo Mario Kart, you would be in the dust.
Probably.
Okay?
I'm not
That's
used to
how it
those
goes.
controls.
Exactly. So that's the thing. So I'm not used to the Wii U controls, and now the Switch or whatever. But
I remember the days when he beat me in Mario Kart Wii right before 3DS and Wii.
we used to play it on we used to play it on the DS too, and I would whoop you too on the DS.
Yes, right. I do remember that.
We used to do
both
the
had
links, the
download
game link.
not
Yeah.
download play.
Yeah, download. Yeah, it was download
Something
play.
like that, yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, it was like, yeah, he used to beat me back then, but I kind of sucked at games back then, right?
Oh, that's your excuse now. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Anyway,
Hey, I was like 7 or 8.
but we got off topic. We're talking about awesome games.
How did it connect to E3?
We're talking about crappy games, crappy off-brand games. Because that's what happened with Rainbow Curse.
Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, yeah.
Yeah. So when what's that game? What's that Mario game? I'm trying to remember. The one where they turn into cats and stuff.
Oh, 3D World.
Yeah. So that to me was like an off-brand platformer Mario.
Honestly, I beg to differ in that sense.
You think
did have
it
a lot
felt
of
like
Mario
traditional Mario?
Maybe not a 2D platformer, but
Not even a 3D platformer.
Yeah,
but
I think
was
it
that one was 3D World? Is that
yeah,
the one
3D World was good. I do think though 3D Land that had a better representation of traditional Mario.
Isn't that the one that's like the cat one?
No, 3D Land came out in 2012 or something, right?
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
It's only not that long ago.
Hey, it was
Long
like
to
5
you.
or 6 years ago. Yeah, that's a long time to me.
True.
Okay.
Yeah, it's half your lifetime. Almost. Anyway.
Yeah, that was traditional Mario to me. It was very, very much Mario. The 3D World was a couple mechanics that made it a little different, like the whole dashing thing and the cat suit was definitely weird.
The dashing in the cat suit. Yeah,
the
suit. That
the
was
cat
weird.
suit was weird, but the dashing, right? After you dash for a minute, you would get like a little poof, like a little puff cloud behind you.
I'm over here looking for my phone.
You run really fast.
I was looking for my phone because I thought I was hearing it buzz. I didn't want to keep buzzing throughout the show. Okay, so I'm sorry. So yeah, so we were saying, so back to E3. What any other games?
Let's see. Let me think.
You were excited about?
They beat another Yoshi. It's only been 3 months since the last one released.
Which Yoshi game is this? I didn't see this.
So it was Poochie and Yoshi.
Oh, I didn't see this release.
Yeah. The Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World. They just released that last February, late February, and they're already announcing a new one that's gonna come out. It looks weird though. Yoshi looks like he's made of Jello or something. Dad.
I'm listening.
Yoshi looks like he was made of Jello or something. It was actually pretty funny. It was all sparkly.
Yeah. You know, I'm going to tell you what games I was excited about since you got to tell your games you were excited. You got any other games you were excited about?
I mean, I saw Metroid Prime 4. I mean, I'm sure all the Metroid fans are going to be going nuts when they saw that, right? Because
they ain't nothing there. They didn't really show anything.
Oh yeah, they
showed a title screen.
Showed that, like, I remember on E3, they showed like a 4 on fire or something, and they showed the 4 on fire.
Yep.
So then at that moment, I was like, what is this?
Oh, you were like Smash 4, Smash 4.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. We were like, Smash 4? And 3 to the 4 Smash 4?
They don't call it Smash 4 though.
What? Yeah, Smash 4.
That's the slang version name of the game. Super Smash Brothers Wii U is the name of the actual game, though. Mm-hmm. Right. So
yeah, so is it like some of us are thinking Smash 4, and then what happens? Metroid Prime 4. I mean, I guess the Metroid fans are probably were like, "Oh my god!"
You should you should be a Metroid fan. You got to play.
I played
all
Super
of
Metroid, which was awesome. That's probably like my favorite Metroid game. I liked it. I did like it more than Other M. I played some Other M.
Yeah, Other M. We never beat Other M.
We never did.
Which is a direct sequel that happened years later. It's a direct sequel to the one that you played. So Super Metroid.
I mean, Other M was a pretty good game.
Well, we have Metroid Prime on the GameCube.
It
so we
got
should
a lot
definitely
of hate.
Metroid Prime?
No. Metroid Other M.
Yeah, it got a lot of hate.
Yeah,
it was very different. You know,
people were
it's
so mad at Other M.
the aiming system and the first person and stuff like that.
I think the first person idea was pretty good. I mean, they did it in Metroid Prime. Metroid Prime
right,
was a huge success.
but they did that different. They did that better in Prime than they did in Other M. It was just different. It was just a little odd, a little unusual, you know. And I think what they were trying to do is solve for the problem that was the Wii controller. The Wii controller was a problem.
That's the hardest part about playing the Wii. Mm-hmm. The controller.
Yep. So you can love the Wii all day long, but it can be frustrating. You know, so if you don't have it, they almost force you to buy a Pro controller, or a just a regular two-handed controller or whatever.
Yeah. One last thing I remember, they didn't show anything in the E3, but ARMS is actually
Oh my gosh, yeah. You are obsessed. You want me to buy this game so bad. So
yes, I
in
do.
this household,
Deep down,
I own the Switch. Mm-hmm. And I buy the games that I want to play on the Switch. And I do allow you to play some of those games, and we play them together too sometimes.
I really wish I could play ARMS, but that's not up to me. Is the idea? Yeah. That's why I didn't say anything, because I know you get so mad at me if I did say something.
The thing is that I don't play a lot of games, so like I haven't. You know, we bought Mario Kart Deluxe 8.
Yeah.
And I barely gotten a chance to play it. I think I played it twice since we bought it, and we've had it for like a month.
Yeah, not. That's
just life. Yet. But that's just life for me, and that's okay. But
he doesn't really let me play the Switch that much.
Yeah, because it's mine. So get your own.
That's his excuse a lot.
Get your own. It was a present for me, not for you. So I'll tell you. So yeah. So I guess as far as I'll real quick, I'll just recap all the stuff that I loved. For me was finally getting to see a little bit more of the trailer and some gameplay of Super Mario Odyssey. Mm-hmm. So if we're talking about Nintendo games, Odyssey, that to me was the biggest drop, because it was like, wow, like this game looks amazing, which we knew it was going to. Mm-hmm. But not only does it look great, it looks like to me it feels like is gonna do to the Mario series what like Mario 64 did for the Mario series.
I don't know.
I think it's gonna revolutionize.
It'll definitely revolutionize.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying what Mario
was a lot.
I didn't say it's gonna be like Mario 64. What I'm just saying is that when Mario 64 came out, Mario 64 changed the game for Mario. Like it just.
First 3D Mario.
It's just an amazing game. Well, it's the first 3D Mario, but they did it so well. It was such an amazing game. And I feel like this Mario is going to be like that. I feel like this Mario is going to be like Odyssey. Is going to be
Odyssey, I think, is going to be a lot like Galaxy in a way. Because they have the whole little spaceship. They're gonna fly. They go into space.
I know, but
I feel like that.
I think it'll be even better. And the Galaxy games are great.
It reminded me of Galaxy. Yeah. And Galaxy was great. So that means
the Galaxy games are great.
Right?
But I still think that this is gonna be.
This is gonna be a lot.
Huge drop.
This will be definitely different. And
that comes out in October.
They're really pushing this game. Like
as they should.
Really
it looks
good.
amazing,
yeah.
and it's gonna be a big buzz. Like, you know, people are going to be out there. This is one of those games people are going to pre-order. There's going to be people going to be waiting online for. I'm telling you, people are going to buy Switches just because of this Mario. This is why they didn't release this game at the same time with Zelda. I'm positive, because they didn't want to release two big banger games like at the same time. They wanted to capitalize on the sale of the Switch by releasing one big banger game with Zelda,
and a couple months later,
a little bit, waiting till almost Christmas time, cha-ching, cha-ching, to try to capitalize on more Switch console sales.
Because whenever we were going to be like, for Christmas, I want Mario Odyssey.
Right, because if they didn't have a Switch before, now they're going to be like, okay, you got this dope Zelda, and now I'm going to give you Mario Odyssey too.
Mario.
And I know there's a bunch of other games, a bunch of great games in between as well. So, you know, not to say that the Switch is I admit that I only wanted the Switch, which was a gift to me, because specifically for Zelda. Which so Brett, it was, I called it my $300 Zelda machine. That was his only purpose.
I've never heard him say that.
Oh yeah, I've said it many times. Maybe not around you, but I said it many times. So I'm waiting. Can't wait for that. I don't have a 3DS, but I when I saw the trailer for the Metroid Prime, the Metroid Samus Returns,
so
that looked pretty good.
So Dad, I'll cut you a deal here.
Oh boy, here we go.
If we can get the Metroid Returns game, and I will let you play my 3DS. In return, I get to play the Switch.
Dude, I don't even play the Switch as much as I would want to. How am I going to find time to play your 3DS?
Whenever you have, time.
Whenever I have free time, I'll wait.
We use a lot of our free time to like watch Neon Genesis Evangelion and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're gonna give that up.
Bebop.
You're gonna give that up. We've been
That's
having
not
some
true.
good.
You know what? Screw you, Metroid.
Yeah, screw you, Metroid.
I need my Evangelion.
Yeah, man, we're trucking along in the series, and I can't wait till we finish those series. We should do a podcast
13 of it,
just about
14.
These two shows, because that's how great they are. We'll probably finish them around the same time too, which is great.
Yeah.
So, also, real quick, for me, another big game was the Spider-Man game. Looked really cool. That's a PlayStation 4 game. I don't know if it's gonna come out on any other system, but it looked amazing.
It did look cool. I would gladly play that game. You know what it reminds me of?
There's a gameplay trailer too, which is cool.
Yeah. It reminds me of honestly, like almost like a maybe like a Metal Gear kind of thing.
Yeah. Now, back in so it's like an open world. It looks like it's an open world. Mm-hmm. Spider-Man.
I'd call it Metal Gear Solid 6 if there wasn't Spider-Man in.
Yeah, I mean, or Grand Theft Auto Spider-Man, right, or whatever. But like the whole point of there was a Spider-Man that I used to play on Xbox original, and I would say the first Xbox, but some people might confuse that with Xbox One, because Xbox One X.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's going crazy. But the first Xbox, I played a Spider-Man game.
Are you gonna get the Xbox One X?
I don't know. So again, I can't justify like buying a console that I'm never gonna play. So
I'd play it.
Of course you would. So you can buy one if you want.
I can't just like whip out $350 right out of my pocket though.
Start doing some chores, man. Start going around mowing people's lawns. It's summertime.
Go
mow people's lawns. Just be like, I need, can I mow your lawn? Hook me up with some money.
That
Tell
sounds
me.
really tiring.
Well, guess what? Life is work.
But should I be
Work
like
is
$10
tiring.
alone?
I don't know.
$10 alone. That sounds pretty reasonable, right?
$10. I think you can get more for depending on the size of the lawn. But anyway, we'll take that offline. Okay. Last but not least, before we get off of the topic of E3, I have to talk about it. I just can't. It's been so many years.
No. I know what he's thinking.
It's been so many years, and I really, really just cannot believe that the day is coming closer. And we don't know when, because the trailer did not specifically give any kind of dates or anything like that, and probably by design, and it seems like it's still in its early stages. But Beyond Good and Evil looks amazing. Beyond Good and Evil 2, last Beyond Good and Evil came out before you were born. Oh no, I would think it came out right around the time you were born. It was like 05.
Honestly, I don't even know why they call it the same. Like, they even have related titles because they look absolutely nothing the same. Like, I mean, so like the idea, it looks nothing the same. Like the style is apparently like an action adventure kind of game.
You mean the original?
No, the new one.
The original was action adventure.
Oh.
The new one looks like the new one they have said, and I've read a couple articles, they've said is an RPG style.
RPG, yeah.
It's
So
and you get to like create your own avatar and stuff like that.
Not even the same. Not even the same characters. None of that.
That we know of.
Oh,
we don't know.
Hundreds of years old, Dad.
It's a prequel.
Yeah, they said it was hundreds of years in the past.
Oh, did they say that?
Something like that, right? You said it said a couple centuries in the past, right?
I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I didn't get that from that. But EJ started to play the first game a little bit.
Yeah.
He didn't get very far, but I
didn't
guarantee
go very
you, if you start playing that game, you'll see why people love this game. It's a great game to play. It's very straightforward, but it's still a great action adventure game and tons of fun to play.
I actually think I got stuck on it.
Oh, good God! Can you believe that? Like a game getting you stuck. That was back when games didn't hold your hand every 5 seconds. All right, so yeah, man. So that was E3. I'm really cool. I'm
That was our major topic.
Yeah, and there was I think overall a lot of people were disappointed in E3 this year, but it sucks.
I mean, the only thing that disappointed me was no Smash 4 Deluxe, but that was half expected, right? So
yeah,
I mean, that's fine. I think E3 was turned out pretty well. Mm-hmm. None of the titles I was a real part of none of them really got attention except for the Kirby.
Yeah.
And Odyssey, of course, but I already knew about that. But other than that, all the new titles that I really was interested in didn't really happen. Yep. So I mean,
yep. You'll have to wait till another convention somewhere. All right, well that takes us to our first totally real, not made up, not fake. Stop trying to accuse us of writing fake ads. And this is our first sponsor. Yep. Those of you saying that our ads are fake, stop being haters.
All right, you ready for it? Jets.
Whoa. Pump your brakes.
I'm pumped, okay?
I have a question for our audience members.
I want to put that gas up. All right. Give them the question.
The question is this. Have you ever wanted to live a life of luxury? Mm-hmm. Have you ever wanted to feel like a celebrity? What do people like Donald Trump and Rihanna have in common?
Ooh.
They both have beautiful hair. No, I mean, aside from that, they have private jets.
Wow.
But we know you're broke. We know you can't afford it. We know you opened your wallet and a bunch of moths came out. We understand you looked in your purse and there was an echo that came back. Hello, hello, hello. So,
I'm a private jet.
you want a private jet? What do we got? What do we got for them? Tell them about our first sponsor.
Okay. It's a place that allows you to have your own private jet. It's known as Jets Without Debts.
That's right. Jets Without Debts.
That's right. I created that one. I mean, I found that one. I
mean,
good from the sponsor.
Yes, of course. They contacted us and no. So now, Jets Without Debts.
It's
What?
awesome.
So they let you rent for low prices, right?
Yeah.
And how do they do this?
Okay,
How do they do this?
Okay, so instead of paying a ton of money to get your own private jet, you can use Jets Without Debts to pay a low price and get your own private jet.
But how? How do they do this? How is it that they can stay in business?
Okay, so with a low price, you can have your own private jet. The only thing is that all the other people who are using Jets Without Debts will also accompany you on your journey in your own private jet.
So what you're telling me is that the members of this exclusive club, Jets Without Debts, all get together for low prices, and they take, say, I don't know, 250 people, and they put them all on the same private jet.
And then there you go. That's your private jet.
There you go. Private jet is beautiful. And you get to meet some new friends while you're there who are also interested in the life of luxury. Thank you very much for sponsoring this podcast, Jets Without Debts.
That's where I met my wife, Peach.
Oh my God.
Okay. It's not true. Peach isn't my wife, though.
No, she's not.
It's Yang Xiaolong.
Is who?
Yang Xiaolong.
Oh, who is that? I don't know what you're talking about.
She's from Ruby.
Okay, I'm just gonna stop right now, and we're gonna talk about. I wanted to talk about something really super sad that shook the geek world. Shook the geek world to its very, very core, and it caused a lot of sadness. You know, earlier this year, we lost Roger Moore. Roger Moore, and I know you're looking at me like I have three heads because you don't have no idea who Roger Moore is.
Yeah.
But that's kind of sad, and that's okay because that means that as a parent, see, you're a little older now, so like now you can watch some of these movies and maybe appreciate them more. But Roger Moore was one of the most famous James Bond actors, and that was really, really sad because even though, in my opinion, I feel like the Roger Moore James Bond movies are not really quite as good as some of the other movies, like the Sean Connery years, for example. But Roger Moore was still an awesome James Bond on his own. So R.I.P. Roger Moore. But this week crushed us.
Something even more tragic.
I don't know if it's even more worse or whatever, but it is sad regardless. It's just sad. So the passing of the dearly beloved Batman, Adam West.
Can we please have a moment of silence for Adam West? Good man.
Rest in peace, Adam West.
Rest in peace.
So, what was cool was, so now that we got that out of the way, we got to take a look at some clips of the show and stuff like that. It was a kind of trip down memory lane. Got to see a little bit of Adam doing his thing. He was awesome. You know what was really, man, I used to watch this growing up. I know you didn't watch a lot of this, but I watched a lot of this growing up. You know me, I loved comic books and superheroes.
He does love that.
And this show was like rerun when I was growing up all the time. I got to watch it all the time on TV. And in hindsight, like thinking, like watching this, the show was actually pretty terrible.
It was really cheesy.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, they did have the little zap and bow, right? And
Right.
fight. I mean, honestly, I thought that was cool. I was thinking, what if they probably should have like brought that down the size a little more, because then it completely covers the screen.
No, man, they had to. That's how,
it
you know.
covered the screen.
But you know what? That was supposed to be reminiscent of like actual comic books. 'Cause
In an actual comic book, though, if you punch someone, right, it'd say like bap, right? But it would.
But it used to. Some of them would be really big.
Some of them would,
Some of
but
them.
not all of them, right? A lot of the times it would be on the side.
You have to think. You have to remember too. Like this was like the '60s, so I think it was '60s. So in the '60s, like this was. The special effects were tough, man.
Yeah.
And expensive and hard to do and all that stuff. You know, so I don't know the intricacy. I don't know the intricacy of like, you know, how the special effects were being done, but still, I imagine it was more difficult than it is like today. So, yeah. So, is there anything particular that you remember about the Adam West Batman or Adam West in general? Like,
I mean, I thought of something. I don't remember anymore though. Yeah, it was really cheesy. Yeah, the effects were.
you know what was cool?
Cheesy.
When I remember watching, when I first watched like Family Guy, and I was one of those people that used to watch Family Guy when it first came out. I don't really watch it that much anymore, but when Family Guy came out and Mayor West came out, and it was like it's Adam West playing the mayor of this fictional Rhode Island town on a cartoon voiced by Adam West. That is one of the most beautiful things.
It was seriously voiced by Adam West?
Oh yeah. Adam
Before he
West
died?
was Mayor West on the show. So I imagine that Family Guy will do some kind of tribute of some kind, because
Probably.
because he was a really important part of the show. He would come on and do a bunch of cameos and stuff, but he was the mayor of Quahog, where they live. So, you know, yeah, Adam West, man. So yeah, you know, this podcast we record live, but when you get it, I guess it's not that live anymore, is it?
Yeah.
But when we record this podcast, by the time you hear this podcast, it will be Father's Day 2017.
That's right. It will be Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and happy Father's Day to my father. I have a surprise for him.
Whoa!
But I mean, this. I'm not planning to do anything special.
Better be big.
I mean, nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing special.
You better have gone to Japan and stolen Super Mario Odyssey source code so you can bring it over and I can play it. Otherwise, I will disown you.
He's on my case. He's on me, guys. What do I do?
I want to give a special shout out to a father who is very special to me, and that is Mr. Andrew Conkling. And I'm going to tell you why. Do you know why he's such a special father to me? Special father to me for the many reasons. Mr. Andrew Conkling. Shout out to Mr. Andrew Conkling and his 3 kids. God help them. They're all really young kids, and I know
They're crazy.
I know crazy, but little kids in general are crazy. Let's just face it. Little kids are crazy. So, you know, he's a very hardworking dad. Not that mama is not a hard worker. I'm just saying that I know he's the kind of dude that really takes care of his kids.
Mm-hmm. But we're going to, so today, we're going to announce all of our Patreons again. So let's go and take a little preview of what happened on when we announced our Patreons last time.
and they all look like this. They all sounded like this. Right. And so
yeah.
this week, special dad
Andrew
Conklin gets a special shout out. Whoop whoop in our podcast.
He is our first Patreon, so he obviously deserves something special, right? He's
why not?
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let Andrew, Mr. Andrew, we're going to let him pick a topic for our next podcast. So as a little special thanks.
All right. So send us a message, Mr. Conklin, and we'll gladly do whatever topic you want. We don't care what you want us to talk about. We will talk about it. We'll do it. So if you really want to talk about the quality of different types of paint that you can put on your house walls,
then that's what we're doing.
Then that's what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna do that. We're gonna go out. We're gonna go to Home Depot. We're gonna test out some paints. I mean, if that's what you want us to do, sounds good. If you want us to find out what the different migration patterns of the North African armadillo is,
that's what we're gonna do.
That's a real thing. Don't look that up. That's a real thing. We will
just take his word for it.
Just take my word for it.
He's smart.
Google does not know as much as I do.
Yeah.
So,
he's be like the next Beekman.
That's right.
or Bill Nye.
Beekman. Oh, I love Beekman. So what's Patreon, guys? Real quick, Patreon is how you can support this podcast.
That's right.
If you want us to keep making more podcasts, we want to make these podcasts the best possible podcast.
Better than the best. It'll be the bestest.
The bestest podcast in the world. The bestest grammar in all of the podcasting universe.
Just the bestest.
And in order to do that, we need your support to do that. So big thank you to Andrew for breaking the mold and being the first one to support us on Patreon. Anyway, so moving on from there, what else is there to say?
Nothing really. We covered everything we got today.
Okay.
Yeah. So we could probably wrap it up. Of course, we gotta wrap it up at the exact 43 minutes and 21 seconds.
Why?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, is that what we gotta do?
Yeah.
Oh man, so the music is playing right now, the outro.
Oh, okay. It's about to start. Don't start it yet.
No,
Okay.
It's starting. It's starting right now. I can hear it. It's been playing, and yeah, you just can't hear it, but it's playing. Anyway, so
right.
so we're
thank
we're
you
out.
guys for tuning in.
I'm Edwin Dad.
And I'm EJ, the sun that doesn't go through nuclear fusion.
And thank you very much for supporting.
Hurry up! It's about to happen.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.